Hello, my name is Izzy. I'm 22 years old. I'm currently a student at the University of Surrey, studying midwifery. I didn't grow up Christian. I'd never kind of been introduced to it. My aunt's a vicar. She is a Christian herself, but my parents aren't religious, and I think we were never really introduced to it much when we were younger. We kind of went to the odd Christian school here and there. We celebrated Easter and Christmas, but I don't think we had that religious background to it. I am currently in a house with 5 other student midwife girls, and I live with a girl called Freya, and she is amazing. She grew up in a Christian household, and she did the Alpha course before Christmas. She did the Alpha course with her boyfriend, and she'd come home every week and kind of tell us something new about Christianity, and she'd share people's experiences. And I didn't take too much notice of it at first because I was like, I don't know what she's talking about. I just kind of listened to it, and it was interesting, and I didn't take too much notice of it. But then, she just became a lot lighter, and she was so excited about the Alpha course and Christianity and coming back to her faith. And I think seeing her excitement and hearing the stories that she came back with, I was like, I feel like I've got to check this out. I want to know what this is all about. And so we met with the student pastor and we prayed, and it was the most amazing thing ever. And I'd never prayed before, and it was just indescribable and so emotional, and it just felt right at the same time. So I think that kind of helped spark the interest really to go and think, okay, I need to try out this Alpha course to see what it's all about. I was a little bit apprehensive at first because I wasn't quite sure what I was stepping into, but being in the Alpha room, you have a lovely meal together and you get to talk about your weeks, and then you watch the video, and everything that they said in the video, I resonated with. It just made sense. Even the kind of months leading up to the Alpha course, I think I had really kind of felt the presence of the Holy Spirit. And I didn't know at the time that that's what it was, but I think after doing the Alpha day, I was like, no, okay, this is it. And on the Alpha day, the away day, I gave my life to Jesus. And if you had told me that a year ago, I'd be like, no, that's not going to happen. What? That's not going to happen. But it did. And I had these 3 amazing women behind me praying for me, and they were holding me. But at the same time, I felt held. I felt lifted up to the Lord. And again, it was just an indescribable feeling. I think until you've experienced it yourself, you don't quite realise the depth of his love for you. And I just was completely held by him, and it just filled me with this love and this warmth. So I gave my life to Jesus, and I went home that day, and my parents are in the currently moving house, and I had my baby box, and my certificate of baptism was there from when my aunt baptised me when I was 2 years old. And it was I was baptised on the same day as the Alpha day, the same day I gave my life to Jesus. I was baptised the 2nd of March, and it was just insane. And of all the days of the year, it was on the same day. And I think that really affirmed to me that God's timing is perfect. He is with me. He was supposed to come into my life at this point. And even though I hadn't grown up Christian, going on the Alpha course, meeting Freya when I did, and being involved in the church when I am, it just is the right timing. And even though it hasn't been in my life before, it just makes sense, and it's so natural and such a second nature thing. My life has this whole new meaning. I went away for Easter weekend, and I was worried that if I wasn't at church over Easter, then I wouldn't be celebrating God in the way that I felt like I should do. But even just climbing these mountains, I just felt his presence with me, and I was just filled with his confidence in me and his power. And I think even though I wasn't at church, he was still there. I was worried if I'm not praying, if I'm not reading my Bible, if I'm not at church, then he's not gonna see me. But I think he sees me all the time. I would say that if you were thinking about going on the Alpha course, do it. Just do it. Just give it a go. Even if you go to the first couple of weeks, you think, no, it's not for me, come back another time. You've got nothing to lose. And I think until you've done the Alpha course and experienced God's love, I think it's something that you can't describe to someone else until you've experienced it yourself. Yeah.